Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, 3 days back, we launched a poll here and we wanted to understand the mind of Kenyans on who can be the best running mate Raila Amolo Odinga. People have been voting, and I think today we are going to check on the result that we got on these polls, because so far, this is the question we were asking. Who will be Raila Odinga's running mate in Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party? A. Kalonzo Musyoka. B. Peter Kenneth. And option 3, Martha Karua. So far, 2,900 people voted. And Kalonzo Musyoka got 31%, which can be translated to 899 votes. Peter Kenneth got 25%, which can be translated to 725 votes. And Martha Karua got 44%, which can be translated to 1,276 votes. So far, it's showing that many people are believing that Martha Karua is the best person to deputize Raila Amolo Odinga. I don't know your views. You can write in the comment section. But that one aside, there is emerging news on social media which has been widely shared that POLYCARP IGATHE has finally resigned from Equity Bank to come and vie for Nairobi gubernatorial seat. Remember, POLYCARP IGATHE was the former deputy governor of Nairobi who later resigned. And again, Wanyonyi is going to be his running mate according to that information. Robert Alai was also among the people who shared this news. So let us try to check what Robert Alai is saying about this information. POLYCARP IGATHE, Wanyonyi confirmed as Azimio candidate for Nairobi gubernatorial race. So according to this story, POLYCARP IGATHE and Wanyonyi have been confirmed as Azimio la Umoja candidate for the Nairobi gubernatorial race. Sources close to Kahawatungu have intimated that IGATHE will fly the Azimio flag as governor, while Wanyonyi will deputize him. Further report indicate that IGATHE has already resigned from Equity Bank, and the campaign posters for Nairobi top race are all ready for the big reveal, and it is only a matter of time before the announcement is made. The other candidates from Jubilee and ODM have been asked to step down to give room to the aforementioned following consultation from Azimio la Umoja partners. Notably, businessman and politician Richard Ngatia had last month submitted his nomination paper at the Jubilee headquarters in Pangani as an aspirant for Nairobi top race. Anne Kananu and Agnes Kagure were also seeking the Jubilee party ticket for Nairobi governor. The ODM side, however, Wanyonyi was on the front line, having shown interest in the top seat. He ideally submitted his nomination paper to ODM party for the same. Now, Ngatia had submitted his papers at Jubilee House for nomination. So I don't know how he has been shortchanged, if this information is something to go by. Though some sources which are not verified are alleging that Ngatia documents are questionable. The academic documents are questionable. Now, let's assume that POLYCARP IGATHE is coming for Nairobi gubernatorial seat, though this information is not verified. So let's assume. So the question is, what is pushing the Azimio side to resolve going to pick POLYCARP IGATHE as the preferred candidate? Yet we have Ngatia, who was here, and in ODM we have Wanyonyi. Wanyonyi is very competent, a person who was rated high. In fact, he was leading in some of these polls, followed by Sakaja, and the list was going like that. what has changed and what implication does this one have when it comes to voting in Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya Coalition Party. That's what we want to try and look at. But before we go deep into that, I have a quick request. You might be watching this channel but you're not yet subscribed. So my humble request, please consider subscribing so that another time, once we release a video like this one, you'll always get notified. Again, to all our channel subscribers and anyone who drop comment, I must say thank you so much for your unconditional support. Again, I'm requesting you to give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend our video to more viewers. Back to our discussion. Now, it was assumed that Raila Amolo Odinga being on ballot as a presidential candidate, there was high possibilities that he might get his running mate from Mount Kenya region. And for that reason, because Luyas have not featured anywhere on this top seat, then the only available opportunity that they could have offered to them through Raila Amolo Odinga was to give them the Nairobi gubernatorial seat by simply going ahead to nominate an able candidate who is in ODM seeking for that seat. And the only favored candidate here was Team Wanyonyi. And remember, even up to now, Team Wanyonyi is the only candidate who has submitted his paper for nomination in Nairobi gubernatorial race on ODM ticket. So, Hana competitor, he's just alone. That is the truth. So, assuming they're calling now POLYCARP IGATHE in here, does it mean that finally Mount Kenya region is not going to give a running mate to Raila Amolo Odinga? That's why they are pushing to have POLYCARP IGATHE to come and take over Nairobi. So is it meaning that Kalonzo Musyoka will be Raila Amolo Odinga running mate, and the Central Kenya are now demanding Nairobi County? If this is true, then this one can be one of the reasons, because it can look more greedy for Mount Kenya to produce a running mate Raila Amolo Odinga, then again produce a Nairobi governor, when we have other communities within Azimio la Umoja, because our politics is still local. So these communities matters a lot. So in this organization, it could have been just good manners for Mount Kenya region if they will have a running mate to allow maybe Wakamba ama Waluya to produce a Nairobi governor. So if it is true, it means Mount Kenya is giving out the running mate position to Kalonzo Musyoka or someone else. Now, coming to Team Wanyonyi, if really this is true, POLYCARP IGATHE will be on ballot as the gubernatorial candidate, then the worst thing Team Wanyonyi can do is to allow himself to deputize POLYCARP IGATHE. That is the biggest mistake Team Wanyonyi will have committed in his political life. Because the best thing for him, if he's not on the ballot as the gubernatorial candidate, he should be looking for the Senate, and if not Senate, then let him defend his parliamentary seat, represent Watu wa Westlands. As simple as that, because we know what most of these deputy governors go through in the hands of the governors after every election. About 90% of all these DGs normally suffer. Hawananga kazi ya kufanya. Then it always becomes a problem for them even to clinch to power after the governor that they have been deputizing exiting the scene. Wewe niambie, in all the entire 47 counties, how many deputy governors have successfully succeeded the governors? It is rare. So Team Wanyonyi should rethink if this is true. He should not be convinced to go for a DG position in Nairobi. Now, what does this one mean? When we have POLYCARP IGATHE here running for the seat, then Team Wanyonyi deputizing him. But the reality being that Team Wanyonyi is more popular even than POLYCARP IGATHE. Then in Kenya Kwanza, we have Sakaja, who is coming as the Nairobi governor. So competing with POLYCARP IGATHE, remember Sakaja is appearing as the second most popular candidate in Nairobi. In my view, the first thing will be that lawyers might protest against the decision of shortchanging Team Wanyonyi. And in that way, they will be voting against the Azimio candidate. That means Sakaja will get all these votes. Then, of course, we understand from Mount Kenya region, we have people who have decided that they are going all the way with Jubilee and Kenya Kwanza. So in that way, to give William Samoei Ruto numbers, again, even the Mount Kenya region vote is going to be divided. Then it will have a side that will go with the Sakaja and another side that will go with POLYCARP IGATHE. And still around even the ODM party, we still have even Luos who believe that Team Wanyonyi should be given a chance. Inasmuch Azimio will have another candidate who is not a member of ODM party, we still have people in ODM from Luo Nyanza who are going to protest against the decision of shortchanging Team Wanyonyi. So if all this is going to happen, so my question is, in whose interest will it be working for? Definitely, if people are going to protest on ballot, then the opponent is going to win. And in my view, POLYCARP IGATHE being on ballot as the Watoto candidate in Nairobi, it might give a better chance of fighting to Sakaja in Nairobi politics. So this is the worst mistake Azimio side should be thinking about. Because how do you leave a popular candidate? Politics is a game of numbers. Already Mount Kenya is divided. So in as much you bring one of them, they have already been divided. Ruto has managed to divide these people. They cannot vote with one voice. So one of the best things they could have done, because Kenya Kwanza will be coming with a lawyer, then they should have allowed just this other side also to come with another lawyer. So now between these two, the people will look for the most competent person and vote for that individual. They could have had an equal chance of fight within Nairobi. But POLYCARP IGATHE is a true pass for Sakaja, in my own view, but I don't know what to think about this. I think I will read your comments to understand. What do you think? Does POLYCARP IGATHE have much more influence in Nairobi politics? Now, having said that, still the ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna assured the people of Nairobi and Kenya at large that Team Wanyonyi is on ballot, he submitted his papers, and he is the only single candidate within ODM party. So he's still going all the way to the ballot.